Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. I hope that you're feeling good and you're in a good place. If you're in the kitchen, we have a recipe to cook up just for you, all courtesy Chef Simmone. Good morning, Chef.
Hi, how are you?
Morning.
I am smelling what you've got cooking and I can't tell a lie. I'm ready.
And I purposely did it in studio this morning because this is a thing. I don't know much about Sawine. I'll be very honest.
When you say you don't know much about it.
I never used to eat it as a child.
Okay.
It was just not a friend of mine. It's only in my adult years. Like I kind of started to play around with it. I haven't done it in a while. But this has the beauty of being in Trinidad, I guess, that we have so many cultures that we could borrow from and just partake in, and it's such a sharing kind of vibe. So I decided to bless you all this morning with a little Sawine because we recently celebrated Eid. And so I had to get those smells coming in because it's a very
At this point, I didn't want to know the recipe. I just want to dive in the pot.
Heather, I mean, we're receiving the blessings this morning, but one of the things you said is we can play around with recipes. So is this a traditional Sawine
This
recipe?
is a very traditional. The only thing is that I realized is that people, depending on the spices you like, people would tend to add different things. You could play
So what
around
did you
with
put?
it. So I played around with it by using allspice berries. That's like, instead of it being ground allspice, you have the berries. Because it takes a while to get going and to kusume you know the words. You can use the berries or whole spices instead of using the powders.
Okay.
I just added a little bit of cardamom or elaichi to just, again, that fragrant, very, very fragrant. You could take a smell.
Let me see.
You could use this a lot in bacon. This is a secret in bacon. Instead of using the regular nutmeg,
Not anymore.
cinnamon, elaichi is a very, very fragrant spice.
I'm quite familiar with it.
It smells nice. It's now going into everything I bake.
Wow.
Right, we have cinnamon stick as well. We have a little bit of whole cardamom. So the same thing, but in the whole version. And clove.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
I see you adding some raisins.
Yes. So we have two types of fruits, you could say. So raisins and cherries are the typical fruit that people would add to it. These raisins were soaked before just so it absorbs.
Soaked with what?
Just water.
Just checking.
Okay.
Just water. No,
Just checking.
it has to be.
Well, that's why I'm making sure.
We have to respect, our Muslim brethren and sistren.
Okay.
So they don't partake in alcohol, or at least not supposed to.
They do not, ma'am. They do not.
It's
If
just
they are doing
water.
it, they are not Muslim. Go ahead.
Right, so it's just water. It's been soaked in just to plump it up a little bit.
Okay.
And you add these coming down to the end, along with regular whole milk, condensed milk, yummy, yummy.
Oh, boy.
And evaporated milk. So that gets it nice and thick so that
So
you
if you're
now
lactose
have...
intolerant, this is not the meal for you.
It's not the meal, but I actually wanted to try something different by using, again, coconut milk.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that coconut milk is going to add that thickening properties that it would lend itself well to it. And
But
if
what
you
would
are
replace-
lactose intolerant, that you could,
What would replace the condensed milk, though?
you actually have coconut condensed milk.
Really?
Yeah, so there are brands that are starting to pop up in Trinidad that encourage, those substitutions.
Very interesting.
So
I never heard of that one.
there's oat
Condensed
condensed milk as well, yes.
So
All right.
we're seeing pistachios on the table too.
Right. So because there are not allergies, I'm guessing you're a fan.
I love pistachio.
All right. So because there are allergies that people experience, I'd like to put it on top just for a little bit of pizzazz. You can use any pistage. There you go, ma'am.
There you go.
Oh, for me?
For you.
Look at you. I thought you was definitely taking the first one for yourself.
Right. But you can't add it in. A lot of people add nuts like
Thank you, man.
this thing. Oh my gosh, almonds. You can add almonds to it within the mix itself. But just in case, you may have a guest or two that's
Thank you.
maybe not.
And remind me, the base is vermicelli.
It is vermicelli, yeah. So what you have to do is parch it. Parching means just to get it brown. It looks very white. Think of like rice noodles.
How does one parch?
Yeah.
So you parch in a dry pan. Some people use ghee, but I have learned that sometimes, depending on how long you leave this to sit, it may spoil because of the butter. So sometimes people use ghee or butter to just get it brown or toasted. So parching it basically means to toast it before you use it.
So
And
this
then-
is got this.
Yes, so this is a version of...
Hold on, he's coming back to life.
This is a version of Sawine where I only recently discovered this, that you can make the Sawine a little bit thicker.
Nice.
So instead of all of the liquid in it, and you...
So you boil it down?
Kind of boil it down,
Right.
not too much, because you don't want the vermicelli now to get very, very soggy.
Too parched?
No, too
And
soggy.
it's nice.
And you basically put it in a dish to let it set and cut it into pieces. So you have
So it's cake?
Sawine cake.
It's cake,
yes,
yeah.
Sawine cake here.
So is
I
this
don't know how to eat this.
You just take a piece and
and bite it?
correct, yeah.
You notice I didn't want to let it
Yeah,
go.
boy, I realize that. But I want you to take a look at the quality of this Sawine cake here. Because this Sawine cake is, oh boy.
It's packed. I
But how it
love
hold together?
it. It
For
just
egg?
nope. The because of the thickness of it and the Sawine thickens the mixture, and again you're cooking it down, so you want to reduce as much liquid as possible. You would get that.
So you don't put it to bake after?
No, you literally just spread it out in
And
a pan,
leave it?
and
And
you
it
just
just
leave it,
sets.
let it cool naturally.
So I want it cool, it's stuck together.
Correct. Yes.
So we're leaving this here?
I know, say them again,
I mean.
All right, let me try this, because you definitely went to heaven and came back.
Yeah,
while you
yeah.
tried
I did.
yours.
That was probably the best thing I've eaten for the day, for sure.
There you go. Yeah, spices. You can't go wrong. Spices and herbs. It's very. I mean,
Chef.
there's very little. There's very little you can do to mess up on a
Spices and
recipe. Herbs and spices.
All right, I'm ready for this now.
All right. So
Let's
Sawine
do
cake
this.
Sawine cake.
are going in.
Go in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you still have the same flavor profile. You just have it in that.
And it's cold.
Correct. So I put it in the fridge to like set overnight, and you get that.
So that helped it to set.
It did.
I know you had something that you do. I know it had something you do.
Tricks.
If I be honest, I prefer the warm one.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know why, it's just maybe because you're accustomed to it.
That's no problem.
Yeah. Yeah, Natasha's gonna deal with that. Deal with your issues right there for you.
I didn't say it was an issue, right? All
But
I
yeah, I
said
think
was
people-
I prefer.
You're accustomed of having because before maybe a month ago, I did not know about that cake even existing. Because we're accustomed with the hot version of it, even if it cools a little bit. But I have never ever had that set version of Sawine before. But yeah,
I like
it's
the
a
set
thing.
version.
Yeah.
Definitely
Again, if you
something
don't
different.
have you can't do it to order.
Yeah.
You have like people coming over or something, but you just want a little 1 or 2 bites or whatever. You have extra Sawine. It's a way to not, have it go to waste. So
Boil it
anything
down
like
and
that.
set it.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Remind me, what was the red fruit that you put in?
It's cherries, maraschino
Oh,
cherries.
it's just cherries.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we cut it up a little bit. I learned also that a lot of people, especially Guyana, this is very popular in Guyana as well. They just drain the cherries just a little bit, just in case it gets the mixture, that pink color, which might or might not be appealing to some.
Right.
So they would kind of just wash out the cherries just a little bit and cut it up so that it doesn't bleed into the mixture.
Because then it would be sour red.
You
Oh
want to
my
roll this one?
So let's go over the ingredients. So we have raisins, cherries, but these are things that people can pick and choose and change if they want to.
Yeah. And
What
I'm
is-
sure like everybody always have like a pack of cherries or something just hanging around in the fridge.
I do not have a pack of
I
cherries.
don't have
hanging
Or
around.
raisins.
No.
Raisins, I do, yeah.
Well, seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Like-
I read somewhere that those maraschino cherries aren't very good for you.
No, they're not. Because
It's so good.
Thanks, Chef, for giving us the things that not good for us this morning.
but my pleasure. But it's because it's all manufactured and processed foods.
Yeah.
But it's so good in drinks and all of those
It
things.
really is. So what alternatives can we use? Like, do some people actually use, let's say, fresh cherries?
You can use fresh
I could
cherries.
use mango.
I would not. Now, that is a wild idea. I mean, you could, I
Mango
guess,
season
use
coming is all I say.
if you use
Little
maybe
starch.
a very half-ripe mango, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
still firm,
Yeah.
and you literally just toss it. So I actually think that might work.
Interesting.
You're welcome.
No,
I'm gonna take a
for real,
10%
for real.
of that,
So
that
we know-
recipe
for
idea.
So we know what we're going to be trying soon.
Yeah, mango.
Chef,
mango.
you know what we had to do?
What's
mango
that?
season coming, we had to have like a full-on mango. I feel like I have a whole show with just different mango
So
recipes.
funny enough, I have had an idea through a friend of mine, Gerald Forbes. Big up yourself.
Morning.
That we actually wanted to have a mango, like everything mango dinner. like where I curate a dinner where it's literally mangoes in every single aspect of the food. So I might take you up on that offer. Let's do that.
I'm
Let's
hungry.
Yeah.
Say
Gonna
last
eat some
fam.
more.
I had a tree. We go talk.
We have the
will
tree?
like- we will like-
Oh, you
What
mean
kind
if
of
I
tree
had
though?
I have Julie. My dad has a starch, so we have variety.
Okay, so we good.
Yeah,
Okay.
We have variety. And I saw you have a mango tree as well that you're willing to donate to the cause.
Yeah, man.
For the greater good,
We will
for the
take
culture.
berry, we will take rose, we will take.
We taking
We
all.
taking thing.
The only
Bring
thing being
thing.
taken is mango that's spoiled. That's what I'm saying. Chef, thank you so much for joining us
You're
this morning.
most welcome.
And thank you for
It's my
breakfast.
pleasure. It's my pleasure always.
And if you want to check out that recipe, you can, of course, head across to her IG where she will be posting it later on.
Yes. And I actually have a video of me doing it, so you get any full spectrum.
Excellent.
Next time, walk with the video when you come in here too now. Thanks, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick break and come back with more on the Now Morning Show. When we come back, we head into Tobago. Find out more.